So it's finally happened. John Cena has turned heel at Elimination Chamber, finally setting up a run that a lot of us have been asking for about 20 years. We got a taste of it at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, obviously with Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse match. But this is the first time we actually got to see a different side to John Cena. And it's masterful in the way it was set up. Now look, I've given John Cena a hard time in my time covering wrestling. A lot of you probably listening were the same, where, you know, we wanted to change, we wanted something different, we were sick to death of it, blah, blah, blah. And look, he was the sure thing in unsure times, which is what I believe his gimmick was when I would ask people. But we always wanted this. We always wanted to see what a John Cena Hulk Hogan-esque turn would be. And last night they set it up at Elimination Chamber. Cena won. And look, I kind of saw this coming because Cena was not John Cena in the match. If you go back and watch the Elimination Chamber match, Punk gets kind of should have won. He gets the upper hand and he gets a curb stomp, and instead of John Cena picking him up or, you know, going after Seth Rollins, he takes the advantage and gets the win with the STFU. And look, it was a cool move. It was a cool moment. It was a little bit, okay, we're going to see Cody Rhodes and Cena. But once we had Cody in the ring and he said, you know, go after yourself to The Rock, it was like, okay, what's going to happen here? The obvious move here would have been bring out Punk, but that didn't fit in with the story they were telling. So Cena just turning was really cool. It was so... to call a spade, and to be very fair, it was so similar to the Christian Cage heel turn on Edge in AEW. Like, this whole thing felt very AEW. And I don't mean that as a dig or a negative, but it really did. I mean, even the phrase that Cody said was said by Christian. So it's been done. There were some funny memes about it, but this actually had more of an impact than that. And the reason why is because it's John Cena, right? This is just below Hulk Hogan turning heel at Bash on the Beach in '96. It really is just game changing in such a way that most of us never thought this would happen. Two, it's single-handedly probably saved WrestleMania, because WrestleMania's been very dull. The Royal Rumble wasn't fantastic. We covered it on the show. But this show actually saved an awful lot for it. We got 3 or 4 big matches coming out of it, which we didn't really see up until this point. And now you have Cody Rhodes having to climb a heel John Cena. Not a John Cena that's playing by the rules. Not a John Cena that will go out there and do the right thing. It's like, no, I'm winning because I want this belt. This is my title. And I love the way even when he put himself into the match, we should have seen it coming. He didn't want to qualify. He's like, I have the right to be here. I can call my own shot. That's a very un-John Cena thing to do. And now I'm actually interested. I think Cody Rhodes, in my opinion, has been an atrocious champion. He is genuinely terrible. And he's about as fun as watching paint dry. But now I want to see him be dethroned. And even if he isn't, he has a legitimate chance here to actually get over. And not only get, obviously he's over with a lot of fans, he's the face of the company, but I mean, get over in a real way, to have a really interesting story here that is beyond, I want to finish my story, which is so dumb, it's unreal. But he now has the opportunity to be like, I actually have to be one of the greatest of all time. Again, I'm not a huge John Cena fan, but that's a really cool story to tell. And not only that, I have to beat The Rock as well. So I'm totally on board with this. It was like nearly 4 a.m. here in Ireland when it was happening. I was just like, oh my God, this is really cool. They're actually doing it. And yeah, look, it was a bit contrived. It was a bit obvious, but they actually went and did it. And WWE now have put themselves in the position where they can actually ride this now to not only cultural relevance, but also probably one of the biggest WrestleMania stories that we've had in a while. Last year's obviously was great. Look, I'm not going to say anything bad about 40. I was there. It was phenomenal. Great time. But this is what they needed. They needed a big story, and now they have it. So it's definitely a really, really cool time to be a wrestling fan. One of the only things that I didn't like, other than the AEW stuff, which just kind of annoying, you know, it's like, oh, we've seen this somewhere else and whatever. But this Travis Scott lad, I don't know who he is. He keeps showing up on WWE for some reason, and there was no real reason for him to be there. It just looked and felt very awkward. Even when The Rock came out, he walks out first, everybody started cheering because they thought it was The Rock and it was Travis Scott, and people were like, what? And then The Rock came out. But him just standing in the back of the ring is like, dude, if you're not going to do anything, don't be there. You know, if you're not going to actually be involved in the match or involved in the angle or hit Cody or whatever, don't be there. There's no real reason. I mean, I'm sure he's a big star for some people who know who he is. I have no idea. And I don't care to know, but it was just weird. It took away from it. It was very like Dennis Rodman in WCW. It took away from it a little bit. But then again, maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring out the parallels to the formation of the NWO or whatever. But that was the only kind of real downside. But look, I'm excited for Raw. Wanted to get this video out. Guys, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you happy this happened? Do you wish Cody was heel now? Do you disagree with me in general? What do you want from this story? Because it's finally got me into WrestleMania properly this year, and into a Cody Rhodes feud, let's be honest. So look, let me know in the comments below. We'll talk to you in the next one.